What's up, everybody? I'm gonna pull some tarot cards tonight and we'll see what's going on. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jordan and I'm a tarot reader and a channeler, and it's so good to have you here. So we just walked through a really powerful eclipse season, and I'm starting to feel in my own life that the energy is starting to chill out a little bit. I think that the biggest thing I've learned this eclipse season is that Mother Nature is going to do her thing, whether we're okay with it or not. And there's a lot of just getting out of the way. Getting out of your own way. Not trying to control the flow of things. I just learned this last eclipse season that we're not really supposed to do rituals or try to manifest during eclipse season. It's more of a flow with nature and what the planets want for us and what the planets are taking away from us. Or, doing with our lives. It really is a practice in surrender. And I saw a lot of that in my own life this eclipse season. I don't know where you're at in the world right now or when you're finding this video. When you do find it, that means it's meant for you. But right now we're easing into fall, which is feminine energy season. Fall and winter are feminine energy seasons, and the spring and summer are masculine energy seasons. And this is a time when things die. Both, leaves falling, days getting shorter, the weather getting a little colder. This is when we go within physically in our homes. Hopefully we have homes. And going within spiritually, emotionally, tapping into our bodies. I just did my Patreon readings today. Join my Patreon for personal readings every month and other little goodies. So one of the highest and best things that we can do is be in flow with nature again, as it came to this eclipse season energy. And the way we can start getting in tune with fall and winter, feminine energy season, is allowing things to die within us, in our lives. Maybe there's relationships that need to go for your greatest and highest good. Maybe your job needs to change. The way you make money needs to be changed. Old thought patterns, old habits, blocks internally. What needs to die in us this fall and winter so that we can be reborn in spring and summer in the healthiest, most authentic way? And how can we go within, tap into the wisdom of our bodies, and really do our best to be in flow with everything and not fight against it? There's a lot of peace that comes from surrender. So we have the Six of Cups reversed, the Page of Pentacles reversed, the Moon reversed, and the Nine of Pentacles upright. So I'm feeling like I'm connecting with people here who are starting to heal their inner child, listen to their inner child, because we all have one. and I know things are getting pretty heavy right now. And it's easy to get weighed down by life, bills, relationships, people that we love, suffering. So we have to just keep reminding ourselves that we are on this plane to enjoy this experience of being human. So while things may be very heavy right now, how can we practice letting our inner child be free? Giving ourselves play, giving ourselves rest, relaxation. I like to say relaxment. I used to work in special education quite a bit, and this one child that I really loved coined the word relaxment, and I really love that. So how can we bring more relaxment, more play, more lightness? Because chances are, if you resonate with these kind of videos, you have, and we all do, everyone has the innate capacity to help people and to be a positive example in a time like this. I highly recommend that you stay off social media. And not to bury your head in the sand, but it's almost a form of self-care to not be so tapped into what's going on. Because when we are afraid and overwhelmed, we are not in our power. And power, of course, in this context doesn't mean hyper masculine energy, egoic power. The true power is in our ability to stay soft and to love and to walk each other through this stuff. Then we have the Page of Pentacles reversed and the Moon reversed. Things are very out in the open right now. Deep truths are being revealed that will cause for so much healing. You know, I've been saying a lot to my people who I've been talking through this eclipse season with, and my personal experience of this eclipse season has been that the truth will set us free, even if it hurts really bad, even if it calls for a grieving period. You know, the message of the Tower card is that whatever is not meant to be in our life for our greatest and highest good will be struck out. Things that are built on weak foundations of lies or falseness or health and love and high vibrational things, they are going to be struck out of our life if we are showing up and being our best and highest and healthiest and kindest and loving possible selves. So I'm getting a message too about moving into a place, maybe for the first time in your life, where your abundance is coming into you in a more easeful way than it ever has, in a more joyful and maintainable and solid way than it ever has. And that might mean stepping into your life purpose. But sometimes there is or there have been implanted in us blockages toward what we really want. Sometimes the things that can block us from moving into the life we know we deserve and the life we're manifesting it takes awareness and self-love and softness to see where we've been getting in our own way. You know, maybe there are generational wounds around abundance that were passed down to us. Because when you grow up, perhaps around a family that was financially lacking or had lack mentality or fear-based mentality around abundance, that's what we learn. So I would encourage you with these messages to really go within and be quiet and listen to how you really feel about the life that you're manifesting. Does it scare you? Because sometimes we don't fear failure as much as we fear success. Because maybe it's not something that you're used to. Maybe it's something you feel an imposter syndrome because you're so used to things being one way in your life. You're so used to lack. You're so used to misery and things always fall apart. You know, watch the way you're talking to yourself, because our words are so powerful and they dictate our experience of life. So this is telling me, like, what are you really telling yourself about abundance and the life that you desire? And funny enough, when you do this work, you get this, the Nine of Pentacles. Joy, soft life, relaxation, abundance, reaping the rewards of the hard soul work that nobody else sees, that then in turn makes you very visible. That makes your life so abundant and so free and so juicy and fulfilling that maybe you don't even have a concept of yet. But this is what we have to look forward to. Maybe spending more time in nature, paying attention to your nervous system, because if you are used to having a frazzled nervous system, everything is going to feel like an uphill battle. Everything is going to feel hard and oppressive. So there's a message that came out a while ago that I wanted to incorporate in these readings, and I don't remember if I did when it came through, but it was like, first of all, you're right on time. You're not too old to heal. You're not too old to start again. Never, ever. You're right on time. Everything that is being asked of you right now is part of what you asked for. So things might start shaking out of your life. Truths may be revealed that will change your relationship with people, cause you to excise certain people from your life. But know that this is all happening for your greatest and highest good, and it's all getting you toward the life that you desire. God does not do things to torture us. Sometimes horrific things happen, but if we can give ourselves the love and space to actually ask how this is for my greatest and highest good and make it so, then the rewards of that are immeasurable. And with the moon reversed, there might be some mystery around where you're headed, which is where faith comes in. One wanted to come out, but it didn't quite. Hello. Wow. Wow. Okay. So you have the High Priestess with the Hangman reversed. This is all about tapping into your feminine energy, tapping into your innate wisdom, coming out of the head and into the body. All the answers you're seeking are already within you. I'm feeling someone who is very ambitious and constantly seeking, and that's beautiful. But sometimes it can turn into a neurotic pursuit, and trying to micromanage the external world, when the mirror principle, everything in our lives is a reflection of what's going on inside. So, yeah, practicing the mirror principle. And it might feel like you're being stalled, or you're being misguided, or like you've walked off the path, which is impossible. But the slowness and the quietness of this season is literally what God is putting in your life so that you can get everything that you ask for. So that your nervous system will be regulated enough that when your blessings and your gifts start to come in, you can appreciate them, maintain them, and actually know that you're being blessed. So the Hangman reverse might make it feel, this energy might make it feel like you're being kept at a standstill. But it's like there is some deep, soft, quiet, feminine energy, inner work that's going to take place over, we don't get to decide how long. But I feel like I'm talking to someone who deserves and has fought for so long to build a good life for themselves. And we get so, like, I don't know if you're into human design, but like, I'm a projector of human design. And there's a lot of message about like taking care of yourself and taking care of your body and taking care of your energy might sound counterintuitive, or counterproductive rather, because this world is built for and by, or I'll keep it to my country because I don't know, I don't have an experience of living in any other one. This country was built for men by men. This country was built by generators for generators. So like, in whatever ways you can, we build our lives so that there is ample space for relaxation and deep inner work. It's all part of it. And this pause period won't last for long before things start to really flow in and things start to really get better than you could ever have even imagined for yourself. I would call it the calm before the storm, but that sounds negative. It's like the calm before the miracles. and your practicing of going within and not sharing, you know, there's just some things that can't be shared with other people. But the energy that you begin to radiate as you stay on this path that I'm mentioning, people are going to see that and they're going to be attracted to that. So just know and have faith that everything that is being asked of you right now is part of what you asked for. And it might feel unrelated. You know, you could ask God, God, please give me this beautiful career. And then you get guided to work on your nervous system or moving trauma out of your body. And it's like, what? Why am I being asked to focus on my body and my health and my healing? I asked for a better career. And it's like, honey, that is all part of it. I think October is going to be a really beautiful month. We are out here. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.